The Wishing Frog, retold by Jacqueline Drury, illustrated by Safia Bint Ali. In this fable we'll meet frogs, planet Jupiter and Crane. Once upon a time there lived a group of frogs in a beautiful lily pond. However, they were quite bored every day. They had nothing to do except to sit around on their lily pads. They wished for a king to look after them and entertain them with displays of royalty. "Do you remember that day when the huge elephant walked by us with King Fiz?" said the biggest frog. "Wow, that was really something to see. It was such an amazing display of royalty," the smallest frog agreed. "King Fiz had that beautiful cat and dog and everyone came to watch. Wouldn't it be amazing if we had a king?" The biggest frog dreamed aloud. Maybe we wouldn't always be so bored, as he would bring rules to our life. All of the frogs agreed and could picture just how wonderful that would be. They wanted to be told what to do and when to do it. So the frogs wished on planet Jupiter to send them a king. "Oh, planet Jupiter, king of the solar system," the frogs chanted, "please grant our wish and send us a king to entertain us and order us about." Planet Jupiter knew they were foolish frogs, but to keep them quiet, he decided to make them think they had a king. "Let me think of something that I can throw their way," planet Jupiter said. "I want to see just how foolish these frogs are," Jupiter cackled. Lo and behold, a huge log fell from the sky. It landed in the water with a great splash. The frogs were amazed and so happy to finally have a king. All the frogs bowed down to their new magnificent king. "Oh, King Log, here we are at your service. Anything you want us to do, we will do," said the smallest frog. Planet Jupiter found this hilarious. He laughed and laughed to himself. "Oh, these foolish frogs. I send them a log and they are bowing to it. I can't believe what I'm seeing," Planet Jupiter said. He laughed some more as he watched the frogs. "I'm not even king of the solar system. I'm just a planet, and yet they still ask of me. I should have known they would fall for my trick," he went on. The frogs sat close to Log every day and were confused why he hadn't given them any chores to do. They were really excited to have him, but they were bored waiting for him to show his displays of royalty. "Maybe Log wants to settle in. This is all new to him after all," said the biggest frog. "Maybe he is making a schedule for us," the oldest frog said hopefully. They were worried Log was going to be a mean king, but after time passed, the frogs realised Log was a happy and quiet king. The young frogs played on Log and the older frogs held meetings at Log. One day, though, the elder frogs decided that Log was not really being helpful. Log was not answering any of their questions at the meetings, so the elder frogs decided to meet up beside the pond in the tall grass. "King Log is useless," grumbled the oldest frog. "He has shown no displays of royalty. He doesn't give us chores. He never answers our questions." "I know," cried the biggest frog. "We can ask planet Jupiter to talk to Log." The frogs used to complain about the king to planet Jupiter all the time. "These frogs are never satisfied," moaned planet Jupiter. Planet Jupiter got quite frustrated with the frogs complaining all the time after he had given them what they wanted. To teach them a lesson, planet Jupiter sent a new king to Frogland. It was a crane. Crane loved to gobble up frogs. As soon as Crane landed, he started chasing the frogs around the lily pond. The frogs were terrified and spent their days jumping for their lives. Crane showed no mercy. He woke up and tried to catch them. Before he went to sleep, he tried to catch them. It was an absolute nightmare for the frogs to enjoy some peace and quiet. The frogs soon realised how foolish they had been, not appreciating Log, and begged planet Jupiter to remove this evil king from Frogland. "Planet Jupiter, I know that we asked for a king and you gave us Log," cried the biggest frog. "We were not happy and you gave us Crane, but he's a vicious king and we're really scared of him," added the smallest frog. Planet Jupiter became quite angry and said, "How do you want me to remove this king after you asked for him? Are you not happy?" Jupiter then laughed cunningly. "I gave you what you asked for, so you're to blame for your misfortunes." "We're very sorry for not being grateful, but why are you laughing at us?" asked the biggest frog. "Planet Jupiter is a mean king," cried the smallest frog. "I don't think I'm going to talk to him any more." "Yes, and we will all join you. Let none of us talk to Jupiter if he is going to be mean," said the oldest frog. Planet Jupiter began to worry as all the frogs turned their backs on him. He started to feel really bad for tricking them. He realised the frogs were the only ones that actually talked to him. None of the other planets would chat with him, not even his neighbours, Planet Mars and Planet Saturn. If the Froglandians were to leave him, Planet Jupiter knew he would have no friends. "Wait, frogs, wait. You don't need to say sorry. It's me that should be saying sorry," admitted Planet Jupiter. "I'm not the master of the solar system. I'm only a planet, so I do not even have any power to send you a king." The frogs listened with wide eyes. "I sent Log to trick you, and I sent Crane because you were annoying me," Planet Jupiter went on. The frogs could not believe their ears. They were so angry that Planet Jupiter had been so mean to them. However, the frogs realised that they were also wrong for annoying Planet Jupiter and being so ungrateful. "It's okay, Planet Jupiter," the smallest frog croaked. "We'll forgive you if you promise not to trick us. We promise not to annoy you." Planet Jupiter agreed happily, and they all lived as friends, happily ever after. Don't forget, be happy with what you have before it all gets taken away. Let's learn about our friends, the frogs. In the fable, the frogs sit on lily pads. Lily pads are very useful for frogs. They can stay safe from underwater enemies. It is like an easy chair for them, and they can relax while being safe. Let's learn about our friend Planet Jupiter. In the fable, Planet Jupiter mentions he is a planet. Jupiter is an interesting planet, though. It's made of gas. The spot you see on its right is a storm called the Great Red Spot. It has been on Jupiter for 150 years. Let's learn about our friend Crane. In the fable, Crane wants to eat frogs. Cranes enjoy other types of snacks too. Some cranes will eat salamanders and newts. Some cranes will eat mice and other small rodents. Other cranes enjoy berries and fish. The end.